Looking for a flat burr espresso grinder without spending $300 or more? Well, this might be the most beginner-friendly option I ever seen. So this is Shardor's BD-CG301. I picked this up from Amazon. Thanks to its holiday season pricing, I only paid $149 for this awesome flat burr grinder. Let's go ahead and unbox it, see what comes with it. All right, so we have everything out of the box. Grinder comes with about 3 feet long cable. It has so many nice features in this grinder. One of them is this magnetic metal chute. Simply comes out like this, and there are 2 magnets in here, and connects right back in. Very secure, and it makes the cleaning a breeze. Another feature is switch over here, starts the grinding process and stops it, and it comes with a stainless steel dosing cup, silicone bellows, and a hopper with a bean deflector and a little bean holder. You know, you can do a hot start simply by starting the grinder and releasing the beans in there. And some installation information, how to install the hopper to the grinder. A user manual, I highly recommend, as usual in all my videos. When you get a machine like this or any machine, make sure to read this cover to cover. Spare screw and a cleaning brush. It's a nice touch. An Allen key and a portafilter holder. So let's go ahead and check the grinder itself. Let's put these away, and of course a lid to put it on top of the bean hopper like so. And this little gasket thingy keep falling off of it. Make sure not to lose this. I think this creates some sort of quiet connection between the hopper and the grinder. So if you lose it, you need one. There's no spare one. Let's go ahead and check what's inside the grinder. The chamber appears to be all metal. They have these little metal screws. Let's go ahead and open this. It's metal inside, seems like some sort of brass, pretty heavy. And the dial adjustment anywhere from obviously fine to coarse. Also, it's marked for French press, cold brew, pour over, Americano, mocha, and espresso. We'll probably mainly use it in this part, 1 to 20 for espresso. See if this top part comes. Very similar to DF54. Difference is this is 10 millimeter bigger, it's 64 millimeter. Here are the burrs. They feel very sharp. Okay. And here's the inside burr. We're not going to remove that. One thing I want to point out, you know, on a DF54, all the little notches, they're exactly the same. So you can actually make a mistake placing this back on. With this guy, there's a one big wide one, 2 little ones, and on this, it's impossible for you to put this back together wrong. So it's super, super easy, like so. And you simply put this back. So far, very impressed with the construction. That's it. It locks up right there. I think they have these little metal pieces to make turning this easy because it's very slippery up top. We'll just screw this back on like it was. All right, let's put this thing together. Ground some beans for espresso. We'll take it to kitchen to pull a shot, and I'll put them side by side with my trusty DF54 to make you guys a little comparison. So we have our Shardor with my Breville setup. All right, so let's go ahead and weigh some organic dark medium roast beans. Let's go ahead and start our scale. We're gonna weigh 18 grams. We're gonna see what the retention is after grinding. Almost there. Exactly 18 grams. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and dump the beans. Since this holder is right there, close the top, put this in there. This bottom part slides around, the silicone. I wish they had some sort of texture here to hold this together. Very flimsy there, just to let you know. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and start it. I find it extremely fast and quiet. And let's pump. Okay. I kind of purposely put it on 40 seconds. There's a manual mode too to do this, but it requires you to press that button at the bottom. It's kind of cumbersome. I like it this way. It's a lot easier. You can set it up to a lesser time. Let's go ahead and see the weight, what the retention is. There's like a 0.3 grams of retention, fairly close, acceptable range. Let's go ahead and pull a shot. This is an IMS basket competition series on a Normcore bottomless naked portafilter. Clearly this doesn't fit. It's not designed for 54 millimeter, more like for 58 millimeter. So let's go ahead and put our dosing funnel in. Flip it up. Here we go. Let's see if there are any clumps. All right. Very nice texture from what I can see. Nothing a WDT tool can't make it even better. I love these WDT tools. It's called Flick. I highly recommend it. Very easy to use. It doesn't take up too much space. Okay, let's go ahead and run our gravity leveler. Okay. And let's go ahead and tamp. Here she is, you guys. Very nice puck. Let's go ahead and place our puck screen. Plug it into our machine. Not too bad. I used the grind setting 15 on Shardor on this particular beans. Very nice. Here it is, you guys. Here's the little comparison for you guys between Shardor and DF54. As you see, DF54 is a lot shorter machine, and obviously it's a complete metal construction, whereas this guy is a plastic construction. However, that's where the cost cutting comes, because this kind of material is a lot more expensive. There's a reason this is $100 more expensive than this Shardor. On top of it, the Shardor's advantage comes with the 64 millimeter burrs, and whereas DF54 comes with 54 millimeter burrs. It doesn't have any bean hopper for those of you who likes keeping beans over here, which I don't recommend it, but you know, if people likes it. This has a small bean hopper, where DF54 is a single dose grinder. Dial adjustment on DF54 is fairly slippery on the sides right here, same as this one, but these guys went ahead and put some little metal knob like this to make it easier. But once you get your grind size in, you really don't need this to keep changing. Again, this is more for espresso, mocha, and all kinds of stuff. So that's probably where this need for something like this over here comes in. You can do that with the F54 too, but most people who buy the single dose grinder, they use it for the espresso. So this is a true espresso grinder, whereas this one is more versatile, all-in-one type of package. The dosing cup, this is not the original dosing cup of the F54. This is something I picked up from Normcore on Amazon, whereas this one comes with the stainless steel dosing cup. As you guys know, the F54 comes with a plastic dosing cup, causes a lot of static and stuff. That's why I replaced it with this one. Again, the true comparison to a DF machine will be DF64, more than twice the amount of this one. So, but I just wanted to compare the DF54 to Shardor since I have DF54 on hand available right now. It's a really nifty, cute little grinder for $149, even for $200. It's a very, very reasonable price for a flat burr grinder like this. With all the things comes with it, stainless steel dosing funnel, portafilter operation mode. It's very well made. I find it really nice. It's a lot lighter than other grinders, but for a grinder with a plastic build, I find this fairly hefty, which is a good thing. Couple of quirks on it. One of them is the switch. How come they don't use a momentary switch, so as soon as you touch with it, it starts operating. When you release it, it stops. Instead of you have to keep pressing all the way down to turn it on and off. I don't understand the point of this protruding thing. Supposed to hold your dosing funnel like this in balance. I can see that. I think it's a little bit unnecessary, over-engineered over there. And I like this cleaning option with the magnetic chute. You can easily take it out and clean the grinder, makes it easier. I like it. Other than that, I wish these kind of things were a little bit built better, dirtier, but I can live with it. All in all, for the price, it's an unbeatable grinder. I really like it a lot. Fingerprint magnet with this piano finish. I like that touchscreen option. Again, timer grinding thing, you know, you want to grind different beans at different time settings. I guess that's why they use it. Personally, I don't use timed grinding. I don't see a reason to use that, but at least they give you the manual option. So if you keep your finger on two little touch buttons over here, you can switch it to manual to use it any way you want for single dosing and things like that. That's primarily how I use it. Again, if you can get your hands on this with the holiday pricing for $149, it'll be a great grinder as it is. And if you want to upgrade it to a SSP Burrs and things like that, which, you know, personally I don't see a reason for it, but if you're into it that deep, if you want to get it under $400, I think this will be a great starting point. You can get this flat burr grinder and you can upgrade the Burrs and things like that. Once these Burrs are out of commission, you can go for a high-end Burrs for $200 Burrs, so you end up owning a flat burr grinder with 200-watt motor with SSP Burrs for $350. I like this option. One of the Amazon reviewers were talking about getting a Eureka single dose to turn this into a single dose hopper instead of a bean hopper like this. You can get so many things. So the cool thing about this, it's a highly modifiable grinder at a great price. Is it as good as a DF54, as versatile as a DF54? Fairly similar, with a different build, you know, plastic build versus full metal build. For a 64 millimeter flat burr grinder, this is a great grinder and I highly recommend it. If you have any questions or comments about this grinder, go ahead and drop a line. I'll be happy to answer it as quick as I can. So if you're interested in this grinder, I'll go ahead and drop a link for this grinder. And if you order through that link, you'll be supporting my channel at no extra cost to you. So thank you. And if you find this video interesting, go ahead and like and share. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please go ahead and subscribe. I got much more content coming up. Thanks so much for watching and have yourselves a great day. I'll see you on the next TEO'S Take video. Happy brewing.